Monterey now setting up for this corner. 45th minute. Short by Meza to Aguirre. Again, Aguirre finds Meza, who has some space to cross this in. Here's the cross, headed out from Gomez Andrade. Leo Chu now. And a foul called and a penalty called. Monterey earning themselves a penalty. We will have to see this again. Oh my goodness. On what was a nothing play, just a ball where it looked like Monterey was almost just retreating after Gomez Andrade headed it out. Pete Viewing, it's a penalty for Monterey, but is it really? Let's see the replay.
Well, there was no indecision from the referee. This is where I'd like to see Seattle just get the ball out.
Oh wow!
He clipped him, but this is where Seattle's just got to get rid of the ball.
The thing was, and it's by the way, it's Hector Moreno, the captain for Monterey, earning that penalty. Monterey is the one, and Moreno is the one who took Rusnak down in the first place. So Rusnak falls down a little bit thanks to Hector Moreno, and then clips Hector Moreno, the center back for Monterey, who was retreating his position, and as he was retreating, got clipped, and it's a penalty. And here, right at the edge of the line, as we look to see what the extra mile stoppage time is going to be, there's a lot of discussion here. As Bertarame is standing at the spot, Raul Ruidiaz and Yemer Gomez Andrade right on other sides of him. Nicholas Ladero is in our referee's ear tonight. He's in it right now.
This is one that could go either way. It's a referee's call. He was decisive in the call, but I can also see it not being called. It was not an intentional foul, and they clattered into each other just before. So.
Rusnak was already down. Moreno brought down Rusnak, and Rusnak clipped him, sure, but he clipped him because Moreno had taken him down. I mean, what's Albert supposed to do in that play? I don't know. That's
I'd love to see him kick it out.
Oh,
that's what I'd love to see.
Well, I mean, Gomez Andrade had headed it. I mean, that's a play away from the ball. And here's Bertarame stepping to the spot. As you can hear the boos. We are in added time of the first half. Sounders leading 2-1. Bertarame at the spot. Referee keeping everybody in position. Herman Bertarame already has one tonight. Can Stephen Cleveland come up big? Here we go. Bertarame approaches, stutter steps, shot, and it's goal. Herman Bertarame scores. And here at the death in the first half, it is now 2-2 between your Sounders and CF Monterey. Seattle came in. They were aggressive from the start, scoring 2 goals early. Nicholas Ladero, a sensational free kick, Jordan Morris header. But it's Bertarame scoring once, and then from the spot, a penalty kick for the second. And Pete Viewing, the Sounders must now score 5 in order to move on in Leagues Cup.
Well, that's a big mountain to climb. We got to see the replay again, and they just clattered into each other. The intent was not there. Again, if we just kick that ball out, I think we're not at 2-2 at this moment. So sometimes you've got to get rid of it at the back, especially just before the half. So that's really unfortunate. That takes the wind out of the sails. But Brian Schmetzer will go get this team fired up. The players, I think, the players in the locker room that are going to come out in the second half, they'll get the team fired up.
And there it is. There is the whistle for the first half. It ends 2-2, and the boos are raining down right now, as that was a debatable penalty. Pete Viewing, your opening thoughts on this first 45 minutes, a wild one that sees 4 total goals in the back of the net.
Yeah, well, I love the start as Seattle came out flying and really put Monterey under a lot of pressure. Lots of great highlights in the first 15 minutes, and then things kind of dropped off, which they do. Games ebb and flow. I think what you're going to see from Monterey in the second half is slow everything down, take your time, get numbers behind the ball, park the bus, make it very difficult for Seattle.
It's Sounders 2, CF Monterey 2, here after the first half. Emerald Queen Casino pitch at Lumen Field. This score update presented by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Sounders FC. It's 2-2. Andrew Harvey, Brad Evans, they have the halftime show coming up next on Sports Radio 93.3 KJR FM.
Hear that? That's what cooked when you order juicy beef sounds like. The steaming hug of 2 slices of melted cheese, the crunch of tangy pickles and sliced onions, all topped with a toasted sesame seed bun. That's the sound of a McDonald's Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Fresh beef at participating U.S. McDonald's. Excludes Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
The biggest podcast of all time is now a book. Stuff You Should Know. It was one of the first podcasts to pass 1 billion downloads. Stuff You Should Know. It's a worldwide phenomenon with millions of fans across the planet. It's one of the most popular podcasts of all time and makes a perfect get for your friends and family, or even for yourself. Stuff You Should Know. With Josh and Chuck as your guide, there's something interesting about everything. Stuff You Should Know, an incomplete compendium of mostly interesting things. Available now, wherever books are sold. Just say, Alexa, ask Stuff You Should Know for the book.
Don't miss the final days of end-of-season deals during the Truckload event at Lowe's. Right now, save on major appliances and get an additional 10% off in-store clearance appliances. Plus, you can get up to 35% off select tools and accessories. Find big savings during the final days of the Truckload event, happening now. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/2. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
The growth of Rad Diversified has been incredible. My name is Dutch Mendenhall, CEO and co-founder at Rad Diversified. While the market continues to plummet, we continue to deliver incredible results for our investors through our diverse and lucrative portfolio of real estate and cash flowing investment. In less than 3 years, the value at Rad REIT has more than doubled. See what makes us rad at raddiversified.com today. That's RAD diversified.com.
You're listening to Sounders FC Soccer. Sounders FC Soccer is brought to you by Delta Airlines. Proud to donate one soccer ball for every mile ran by Sounders FC players this season through the Ray Foundation's 1 Mile, 1 Ball program. And by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Seattle Sounders FC. Now, time for the Sounders FC halftime show.
Well, the story of the first half, really the story of the first kick of the game and the story of the last kick of the first 45 minutes. Welcome back in here on 93.3 KJR FM. I'm Andrew Harvey alongside Brad Evans. And Brad, it's as good a start as you could ask for from Seattle. First kick, you win a free kick. Lodero puts it away less than 60 seconds in. You grab a second, less than 5 minutes later. 2-0, all of a sudden you're saying you're a goal back. Everything's going according to plan. And then the wheels come off the wagon those final 15.
Yeah, look, I didn't even have time to go sit with my mom. It's her birthday, and what a start it was. I took a video of Nico's goal from behind, and I thought we were off to the races. And then the second one comes, and the guys are flying. They're playing confident. And they look like the Sounders of old right there, the Champions League winners. That's what Sounders soccer is. And we talked about it, though. If you leave yourself exposed, this team can punish you, and they did. A lack of following a runner inside the box, and now you're fighting that ladder to go up. And then just seconds left in that first half, and the Sounders, instead of passing that ball back with 30 seconds left, you just got to clear it out at the end of the day, and then you make a last-ditch effort at the end, and it is a penalty kick. Once you leave your feet and you touch a player, that's pretty much it. So now, is this insurmountable? 3 goals in the second half? It's going to be really tough, but if walking off the field like they did instead of jogging off, that tells me a lot about the mental state of the team going into this second half.
Well, a Sounders FC single match suite is perfect for a birthday, alumni meetup, networking event, or client experience. Enjoy your next match day in style and secure your suite today by visiting soundersfc.com/premium seating. Brad, you talked about just, right, the wheels coming off the wagon there, a couple of mistakes, and they catch you out on them. And now we find ourselves right back at square one. Is it possible to rally that kind of energy going into the second 45?
Yeah, the guys followed the game plan exactly how Schmetzer talked about in the pregame talk yesterday. Was we're going to come out flying, and we have to get one early. We said if they did, they've got a chance. But he said you cannot be exposed at the other end. We have to keep it to 0. And the guys didn't do that. And mentally, that's exhausting. And the effort that they put in the first 10 to 25 minutes of that game, that's going to be really hard to replicate in the second half. I'd imagine that Monterrey is going to make a bunch of subs. They're going to slow the play down. I don't think you'll see too much rhythm in the second half, but it's up to the Sounders to dictate that. They have nothing to lose now, right? Throw everything at them. And Leo's got to be willing to continue to make those runs. Jordan's got to continue to make those runs. You can't just put your head down and say, okay, well, now we have 3 goals we have to get. In the same situation, like you said, it's 0-0 right now. Go after it. Get after it. There's no reason why you can't score another one in the first minute or 2 of the second half.
Sounders fans, Bud Light was brewed to be a delicious and easy-to-drink beer. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Please enjoy responsibly. Well, it is halftime here at CenturyLink Field. Lumen Field, pardon me. Good old-fashioned there. And on 93.3 KJR FM, 2-2 between Sounders FC and Monterey. We'll be back to get Brad Evans' thoughts on the second half after this. Don't go away.
Hear that? That's what cooked when you order juicy beef sounds like. The steaming hug of 2 slices of melted cheese, the crunch of tangy pickles and sliced onions, all topped with a toasted sesame seed bun. That's the sound of a McDonald's Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Fresh beef at participating U.S. McDonald's. Excludes Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the Shades of Summer sale, July 28th through August 7th, and get 35% off paints and stains with prices starting at $28.92. That means 35% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 35% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
At Rasmussen University, we're giving you the green light to earn your nursing or healthcare degree from a national leader in nursing education. We offer over 15 healthcare and nursing programs taught by industry experts. And at Rasmussen University, we're with you every step of the way, before and after graduation. It's your move. Get going at one of our 22 campuses or online at rasmussen.edu. At Rasmussen University, green means go.
Jefferson Lines is your #1 bus experience, with daily schedules in Missouri to thousands of destinations across the country. It's the most convenient way to travel. Jefferson's luxury motor coaches offer free passenger Wi-Fi and individual charging outlets so you can stay connected. Book travel from Kansas City, Missouri to our newest destination in Memphis, Tennessee, and thousands more. Don't wait. Seats are going fast. Book online at jeffersonlines.com. Again, jeffersonlines.com.
The growth at Rad Diversified has been incredible. My name is Dutch Mendenhall, CEO and co-founder at Rad Diversified. While the market continues to plummet, we continue to deliver incredible results for our investors through our diverse and lucrative portfolio of real estate and cash flowing investment. In less than 3 years, the value at Rad REIT has more than doubled. See what makes us rad at raddiversified.com today. That's RAD diversified.com.
Toby is so nice. You should date Toby.
Mom, no way. He's so boring.
I love that for you. It's like our extreme internet. No drama.
And also totally forgettable.
Yeah, because it works so well you don't even have to think about it. It's secure, works super fast, and does exactly what it promises it will do. You know what? I'd marry Toby.
Break free from drama. Get an extreme internet package with Whole Home Wi-Fi 360 Pro and live happily ever after with an always fast, always on connection.
Pete is happily scratching an instant ticket from the Illinois Lottery. So even though the leak in his canoe turned his fishing trip into a fishing dip, Pete's walking on air because he knows anyone could win in an instant. Play today. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 years or older to play. Game odds available at IllinoisLottery.com.
Welcome back in live to Lumen Field and on 93.3 KJR FM. Halftime between Sounders FC and CF Monterey. 2-2 through 45 minutes. The Sounders must win by 3 in order to advance in the 2023 Leagues Cup, which means right now the Magic scoreline 5-2. Andrew Harvey alongside Brad Evans. Sounders FC Soccer is presented by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Sounders FC. Well, Brad, it was an electric first 10 minutes of the match. Monterey found a way to play back into it, some composure, and maybe some of the fine-tuned passing, not quite there for the Sounders the way they need it. As you start to look at this second 45 and knowing they must get to 5-2 at a minimum in order to advance, who do you start to see as Brian Schmetzer's first man off the bench in a situation like this?
Yeah, I think tonight Schmetz probably goes with Montero. That's kind of his tried and trusted striker. And Montero's done really well in Champions League games. He knows how to play against, Liga MX teams. He has that savviness that might unlock a defense. So the Sounders probably go 3-5-2 and put him and Raul up top and see if they can't create something there. Maybe take off Rusnak or JP and just you got to go after it now. Maybe Hebert comes off the bench too, but I don't see anyone really off the bench other than those two guys making an impact.
This copyrighted audio cast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer. Well, Brad, in the first half, before the first half, I should say, I asked for what you would say to the guys if you were down there getting ready to come out for the second 45. You alluded to it earlier with nothing left to lose at this point, but what needs to happen those first 5-10 minutes of the second half, apart from scoring 1 or 2 or 3 goals?
Yeah, well, look, how did that goal come about? It was from direct play. We said we're going to impose our game at home in front of our fans and see if we can get something from it. Sometimes that's what it takes. We don't always have to play beautiful soccer and connect 30 and 40 passes to break a team down. Sometimes it's all about just battling, right? And find yourself in a good position. Make sure that you're battling for your 50-50s, and good things can happen from knockdowns if you have those guys underneath, because Raul's probably not going to win an aerial duel against their center backs, but he can challenge and allow our guys to pick up the second ball. So expect more direct play at the start of this half, because if they don't, it's going to be tough to get 3 goals with 20 minutes left in this game.
Sounders are simultaneously on level footing and behind the 8 ball. They are 2-2 on tonight's scoreline. They must win by 3 in order to advance. The club's dug itself out of having its back against the wall in the past. Can they do it yet again? We'll find out after this when we return. Jackson Feltz and Pete Fewing back on the call for the second half. Brad Evans and I will be back for the postgame. You are listening to Sounders FC on 93.3 KJR FM.
Hear that? That's what cooked when you order juicy beef sounds like. The steaming hug of 2 slices of melted cheese, the crunch of tangy pickles and sliced onions, all topped with a toasted sesame seed bun. That's the sound of a McDonald's Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Fresh beef at participating U.S. McDonald's. Excludes Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Don't miss the final days of end-of-season deals during the truckload event at Lowe's. Right now, save on major appliances and get an additional 10% off in-store clearance appliances. Plus, you can get up to 35% off select tools and accessories. Find big savings during the final days of the truckload event, happening now. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/2. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Wherever you are in life, Rasmussen University offers the flexibility and support you need to earn your associate's, bachelor's, or master's degree on campus or online nationally at any time. With a dedicated advisor, mentoring, and career services before and after graduation, it's go time. You take the first step, and we'll help you take the next. Start now at rasmussen.edu. At Rasmussen University, green means go.
Toby is so nice. You should date Toby.
Mom, no way. He's so boring.
I love that for you. It's like our extreme internet. No drama.
And also totally forgettable.
Yeah, because it works so well you don't even have to think about it. It's secure, works super fast, and does exactly what it promises it will do. You know what? I'd marry Toby.
Break free from drama. Get an extreme internet package with whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro and live happily ever after with an always fast, always on connection.
Jefferson Lines is your #1 bus experience, with daily schedules in Missouri to thousands of destinations across the country. It's the most convenient way to travel. Jefferson's luxury motor coaches offer free passenger Wi-Fi and individual charging outlets so you can stay connected. Book travel from Kansas City, Missouri to our newest destination in Memphis, Tennessee, and thousands more. Don't wait. Seats are going fast. Book online at jeffersonlines.com. Again, jeffersonlines.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Welcome back to Emerald Queen Casino pitch at Lumen Field, preparing for kickoff of the second half. of this Leagues Cup group stage match between your Seattle Sounders and CF Monterey. A large contingent of traveling fans here in the northeast side of the stadium. The second half is set to be an exciting one with this match currently sitting 2-2. Seattle must score 5 now. They must win this game by 3+ goals in order to move on in the 2023 Leagues Cup. And Pete Fewing, listen, 2 goals in the opening 6 minutes. Nicholas Ladero, Jordan Morris, you got to come out with the same type of energy that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, the plot doesn't change. It's just the timing now. You got 90 minutes to get it done, 3 goals. Now you've got 45 minutes to get it done. So Seattle's going to have to be aggressive like they were, start off strong, start off fast. We'll see how they do.
It looks like there's going to be 3 changes to start this second half for Monterey. Coming onto the field is number 19, Jordi Cortizo. Also, number 17, Luis Romo. And also, number, 27?
Yeah.
Looks like 27 also coming on the field. That's the reason. Well, that is Luis Romo. 3 changes here, Pete Fewing, to start this second half. It's Cortizo, Romo, and there was also Gallardo. Gallardo also coming onto the field, a winger left back for Monterey, as we have kicked things off here to start this second half. Big changes for Monterey. We'll see how both they respond to Seattle's, understandably, is a surge that is going to undoubtedly come at the start of the second half, like it came at the first half. And we'll see how Seattle responds to those changes, Pete, as the Sounders now bring it down that left side. No changes for them. Leo Chu on that left wing, and he has a ball cut out on that left side as Monterey takes it away, and Joao Paulo will force a throw in.
Yeah, time is not on the side of the Seattle Sounders now. They want to get a quick goal, get the momentum going back, get the doubt in Monterey. Right now, Monterey's holding all the cards. They just have to weather time 5 minutes at a time. And this is a club 78 years old that has been in this scenario many, many times where they just have to eat up the clock, make it difficult for the Sounders.
It's Monterey now working in possession. Giveaway, but a foul earned. Monterey will have a free kick from inside their own half. So it was Jesus Gallardo, a 20-year-old left back from Cardenas, Mexico. He's going to be a straight swap there on the left wing for Vegas. Sebastian Vegas, who we've gone and wrecked to see a couple times there in the first half. That's an understandable change there for Monterey, as another foul and free kick earned for Monterey, this time in the Sounders half of the field. Aggressive start here for Monterey to start the second half. Same energy from Seattle. See if they can keep things high momentum-wise. Pete Fewing, no changes. Brian Schmetzer wanting his team to stay out there and continue a big performance and see if they can't get the same type of result that happened in the first few minutes of the first half, where Jordan and Nico scored both goals within the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, I think you'll see Seattle being a little more aggressive, getting forward. You see Jordan Morris standing up next to Rui Diaz with 2 strikers up front.
It's Monterey now looking to get forward on the right side. Now it's Meza on the right, working on Jackson Reagan. Reagan trying to body him off the ball, and that will go for a goal kick. Good job there from Jackson Reagan to keep Meza off the ball. And Stephen Cleveland will send this forward. If you're just joining us, Stephen Cleveland in goal today. Stephen Fry had a procedure on his pinky finger earlier this week. Cleveland is in goal today for the Sounders. It's Joao Paulo now on the left side, trying to get it forward to Leo Chu. Chu has it now. Chu into the middle for Joao Paulo, but that's taken away from Monterey. Now it's Bertarame working on Rusnak. Bertarame with space in the final third. Shot, and that is a goal. A goal from distance. And Monterey now leading by a score of 3-2. It was Jordi Cortizo, the 27-year-old midfielder from Mexico, who's played his entire career in Liga MX. And he scores for CF Monterey. And the score is now 3-2 to the visitors. And if you're counting at home, Seattle now needs 6, which means they need 4 in the next 42 minutes, Pete Fewing, in order to stay alive. The task just got Herculean.
Yeah, Cortizo, what a great goal. One touch into space for himself and then absolutely smashes a rocket. Cleveland has no chance going to his right. It's a terrific goal. And, that's why this club has these 5 Champions League or CONCACAF trophies. They are exceptional, and you give them a half a chance, and they put it away.
Well, Cortizo came onto the field at the half for Funes Mori, striker. So it was a midfielder for a striker move. So it looked like they knew that they were going to have to play a little more defensive in this second half. But it's the visitor, CF Monterrey, scoring here. Right now in the 50th minute, it's Sounders 2, Monterrey 3. Yeah, difficult situation right now for the Sounders. If you look at what Brian Schmetzer is able to do on his bench, you have a Freddie Montero, you have an A. Bear, Dylan Tevez not available today, but we look at attacking options to get every possible attacking option you can get up there. As this long ball goes to Raul Ruiz, a foul called. The Sounders will have a free kick in their own half of the park. But Pete Fewing, yeah, right now, very much simply to stay alive, the Sounders need to score 4 in 40 minutes. And but listen, if you could score 2 in 6 minutes, anything's possible. There's now a takeaway from Monterrey. Giveaway from the Sounders. Moving down the left side now. Here's Rojas. Rojas working with Gallardo. And some space now for Gallardo. But will that go out? It will. It'll go for a Sounders goal kick. Here it's 2-3. Sounders with 2, Monterrey with 3 here in the 51st minute of this Leagues Cup group stage match. And Monterrey right now are in the driver's seat to win this group. As it stands right now, Monterrey would win the group. Real Salt Lake would finish in second. And the Sounders would not play until August 20th, back in MLS action. The Rave Green are back at home for that regular season match. It's a foul. No, it's a takeaway for the Sounders. Good job from Joao Paulo. Now Ladero on the left. Ladero working it back in the middle of the park and can't find Raul Ruiz as Monterrey will keep possession there. But I was mentioning, Sounders will be back in action and back in MLS for a regular season home match against Atlanta United FC. Garth Logaway, president there for the CEO for Atlanta United. They'll be in town for August 20th, match at 7:30 p.m. You can watch the match via MLS Season Pass on the Apple TV app. Listen right here, Sports Radio 93.3, KJR FM, and El Rey 1360 in Spanish language with the Providence Swedish pre-match show starting here on KJR at 7 o'clock. It's a takeaway for Monterrey. Now giveaway back. Joao Paulo has it in the midfield. He'll send it forward to Jordan Morris. Morris now working in the middle. He has Alex Roldan on the right. He uses it. Alex looking for space. He finds a trailing runner in Joao Paulo from distance. Joao Paulo finds space and he sends it just high of the goal. Joao Paulo was shot from about 20 yards out, Pete Fewing, but it goes too high. Monterrey will have a goal kick, leading 3-2 here in the 52nd minute.
Yeah, JP does a great job to get by his first defender, and then just hits it. I had a good look at that one, but just hit it a little bit too high, sailing up and over the crossbar.
It's a long ball will come out here and will go all the way out for a Sounders throw right at the halfway line as Gomez Andrade will grab this one next to the cameras and throw it in to Joao Paulo. As Andrade now working in his own half, has some pressure there. Omar Govea send it back to Cleveland. Cleveland throws it long. Jordan Morris gets a head on it. But Morris cannot control. And it'll be Rojas coming away with it. Now here's Gallardo to Govea. Now Monterrey switching over to the right side. And back left. Here's Rojas. He has Gallardo to his left. Working on Alex Roldan. Now he'll have to come back out. Alex Roldan forcing a reset for Monterrey. So they'll hand it all the way back out to the right. Sounders right now ceding possession of Monterrey. Trying to earn themselves this ball back, and if they can get him in transition, we know the Sounders, with as much speed as they have on these wings, as Seattle will earn a throw in, it appears. We're about 10 yards from the halfway line. But Seattle has so much speed, Pete, down those wings with Morris, with Leo Chu. If you're able to catch him on a counter and get one, maybe then the belief starts. Seattle needs 4 here in the next 37 minutes.
Well, that's where they've been most effective, is going down the flanks, and especially with Chu on the left-hand side and Morris getting inside the box.
Now it's Monterrey again on the counter after a giveaway. Here it comes. Coming down that right side. Here's Meza. On the right, gets it into Cortizo, the goal scorer, over to the center of the park. Now off to the left for Rojas. Rojas working on Alex Roldan to Gallardo. Gallardo has a cross blocked by Alex. Now back to Rojas. Center park, shot will go all the way to the side for I believe that was a shot, but it curled off way out for a Sounders throw about 5 yards from the end line. And for Luis Romo, that's one he'll want back.
Yeah, no question. But you know what? Monterey's in no hurry. And frankly, it doesn't give Seattle a goal kick that they can launch. And I'm sure it was not by design, that shot. Hey, I'm going to take some time off the clock. I'm sure that's not what he said. But Monterey's very comfortable in this position. You can see they do well keep possession of the ball.
As the Sounders now working out of their own end of the field. Alex Roldan on the right. As Albert Rusnak sends it over to Joao Paulo in the middle. JP out to Alex, the halfway line. Work and find an angle here on Monterey. As the Sounders have 4 forward with Jordan Morris, Raul Ruiz, Nicholas Ladero, Leo Chu. Here's Jackson Reagan walking it deep into Monterey's side of the field, and he will give this away. And now here come Monterey back the other end. Here's Rojas. Rojas tries to find Bertarame, but that is out. Interrupted for the Sounders. They're now coming back up the left side. It's Chu with Nico. Ladero to Chu. Now Chu working into the final third. Hits Raul Ruiz. Raul almost took a shot there. Now sends it off onto the right side for Joao Paulo. Cross comes in. This keeper for Monterey, Espan Andrada, a cross or a shot, I'm not sure which that was, but he doesn't need to touch it. It is out for a goal kick, and Sounders FC Soccer is presented by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Sounders FC.
Well, you can see some heads dropping with the Sounders already. Passes not being connected, balls going too far. They need a little bit of leadership and guile, as Danny Jackson would say right now. They've got to get on track and really, this is a character test too right now for players. They don't want to go out like this.
No doubt. It's now Monterey on that left side with Gallardo from Rojas, but that will go out for a Sounders goal kick, and Stephen Cleveland working fast now. As Gomez Andrade will assist him. But a first change coming for the Sounders here in the 56th, 57th minute. Obed Vargas will be entering play. It looks like the change will be for Leo Chu. So as Leo Chu comes off the field viewing, I would imagine this means Jordan Morris would flip to that left side, and we would see Albert Rusnak come up from his holding midfielder spot. Let's see how things shift here. As we see Rusnak actually is going to be on the left side. So Rusnak will be your left winger as Chu comes off, and Obed Vargas will go where Rusnak used to be. As Obed Vargas will instantly earn a foul, not even 5 seconds onto the field. So that is the Sounders, Brian Schmetzer, first change coming with about 63 minutes and change left here in the second half. It's Monterey 3, Sounders 2. Seattle needs to win by 3+ goals in order to move on in Leagues Cup. Right now would need 4 more here in the final half hour and change to do that. Alex Roldan now on the right side, looking for Jordan Morris. He has Morris inside the box. Morris crossing, and that will reach Nico to Raul. Raul goes down. The ball is spinning around, and it's going to be into Andrada's arms for, oh man, a heartbreak there for the Sounders. That's what that is. A great chance for Seattle as Alex Roldan finds Jordan Morris, who finds both Nico and Raul. But after the ball kind of spits around Pete, now it ends up right there, held on too tightly by the keeper from Monterey. As now they're back countering again on that right side. And that will be out into Stephen Cleveland's arms. Looks like that ball was out, but he kept it in and flipped that over to Stephen Cleveland. But what an attack that was a few moments ago for you, Pete.
Terrific ball, the kind we want to see. Alex Roldan playing, Jordan Morris getting in behind, and him cutting it across just a foot away from Nico Ladero, so he's got to go to the carpet to slide, and if it's a foot or two back, Nico has his pick of where he's going to slot that ball into the back of the net. And then it bounces around a little bit. Jackson, you got to have a little luck in this game once in a while. Monterey got it on the first goal where it was parried right back into Bertarame's hit, for an open look. This one doesn't bounce the right way for Seattle.
It's a throw in for Monterey, about 5 yards from the halfway line on the far side of the field. As we're watching the sun setting here at Emerald Queen Casino pitch at Lumen Field. Large contingent of traveling fans from Monterey, Mexico, here in the northeast corner of the stadium, with about 24 banners supporting their club on the road as they look to win this group in the group stage of Leagues Cup 2023, a group that features Real Salt Lake, the Sounders, and Monterey. Monterey beat Real Salt Lake on Wednesday by a score of 3-0. With this result, currently as it stands, Monterey would win the group and move forward in the knockout round. Salt Lake joining them, and the Sounders eliminated. It's Monterey now on the edge of the Sounders' final third. Back out to the middle of the park there. Romo onto the right side. There's Mesa working on that right. Now cutting in. Back to Romo. For some space, can't find it past Joao Paulo. He'll have to send it back out. Now a reset here. That's Vegas. Vegas working with Gallardo. And it will pop out to Rojas. Can't get around Jordan Morris, and it will be a Monterey throw-in. And Pete Ewing, as we look here, Sounders currently in a situation where you need 4 goals in a half hour. We've seen, as you mentioned, that the heads drop a little bit as Sounders will come away right now and back out to Monterey. Working in that final third. Alex Roldan looks like he's hit in the face, and he is. And the Sounders will have a free kick from deep in their own end. But, Pete, this is a situation where, how quickly do you start throwing on an Hebert or a Freddie Montero? Do you try to get as much attacking power as you can, or do you play this one straight and just do what you can at this point?
It's a great question, and I don't really have the answer, honestly. Coach Metzer might want to leave them out there and give them the chance to pull themselves up. He's got his big money players on the field right now, and he might want to say, okay, let's see what we can do to find our way to some success, or he may say, hey, let's get to fresh legs and take some of the guys off, knowing, though, that they've got till August 20th before their next match, which is 20 days away. So it might be leave them out and try to grind through it and try to use this as a way to get more cohesion with some of these players, with Nico and Rui Diaz. Rui Diaz might need a 90-minute game to get himself back on track.
He might. Sounders would not play for exactly 3 weeks. Sunday, August 20th, Atlanta United will come to town in MLS action. We'll see at that point. Here's Jordan Morris into the box, and that's taken away by Vega. Vega and Gallardo combine to take that ball off of Jordan Morris. And it will spit out, and it looks like it will be a throw-in now for Monterey on the near side of the field, Pete Ewing. But, yeah, it's an interesting situation where, you look at the first few minutes of this match and the 2 goals scored on the Nicholas Ladero free kick and the Jordan Morris header, and how much energy was and how well they came out. I haven't seen a Sounder team start as well as they did tonight in a very long time. And if you can harness that energy that was here at the start of that match and replicate it when we start MLS play again, that right there, that kind of attacking prowess, that kind of talent, we talked about at the start of the game as Sounders now working down the right side. We'll get back to that conversation in a moment. There's Jordan Morris cutting in on the right. Now back out to Alex Roldan on that wing. And Roldan is not able to grab that one and will go for a Monterey throw. But, if you can harness Pete Ewing, that kind of energy from the first 6 minutes, that kind of talent, that kind of emphasis, you get Christian Roldan back perhaps. We'll see about his status. It has another concussion. But if you can get everybody back in there, that's something that could make this team very dangerous come the last 10 games of the regular season and MLS playoffs.
Yeah, and there's lessons to be learned in this game, no doubt. This is a playoff game, right? Right. It's you're playing to win, to survive, and stay in the cup, right? So they can use this in the MLS, but right now
here's a cross coming in from Alex Roldan, and it will not reach anybody. It's going to be Monterey controlling. Go ahead, Pete. Right. Back on the other end. We'll see what happens to this. Here's Cortizo working on Obed Vargas. Now over. It's a wide open runner. It's a one-on-one and a sliding. And it's Bertarame with a goal. It's a goal for Monterey. That will make it 4-2 here in the 63rd minute. As a counterattack from Monterey, it came back after that. Alex Roldan cross was controlled by Monterey. They were sprinting at the other end. Only Obed Vargas back for Seattle. Obed did really well, actually, to get in the way of that cross, but it popped up, and Herman Bertarame gets his hat trick, a third for Monterey, and now they lead it 4-2, Pete.
And it's just a great ball out the back. And then, I just said you need a little luck, right? Well, I'll tell you what, Monterey, and you create your luck. Monterey got a little bit of luck as Obed goes to the carpet sliding, and the ball deflects off him up and over Stephen Cleveland.
It's honestly a good. I mean, Vargas did the right thing there.
You
try to
couldn't
block
have done
that.
anything. Yeah, no question. And
that's tough.
That's just a little bit of luck that doesn't go your way, and now it's a 4-2 deficit. And honestly, Monterey's had two goals that have come from ball bouncing in the right way for them. Seattle's missed out on one. But that's why we watch these games, Jackson. That's why everybody shows up. And kudos to Monterey. They've done the work to be where they are right now in the 4-2, but that's a tough one.
We'll see if Bert Sarama gets credited with that goal. He might have taken a very, very slight touch, or he might have let that go into the back of the net for a goal for Luis Romo. We'll see who exactly that gets credited to. But ultimately, the situation stands. Monterey now leads us 4-2, and the Sounders would need to score 7. So with 25 minutes left in this one, conversation, Pete, must turn back to MLS action. And, looking forward to August 20th, the final games of the regular season, just, trying to capture the energy that they had in the first part of this game. And it's really kind of unfortunate where, we were talking in the 7th minute of this game, we were having the conversation of, all right, for Seattle right now, you have 83 minutes to score one more, and you could be going through. But that conversation has dissolved, unfortunately, and now it's Monterey working again in Seattle's final third. Here's Cortizo. Cortizo now at the edge of the box, working on Alex Roldan. Rojas. It's Monterey just continuing the pressure with the Sounders. Has them deep in their own final third. Sounders not able to get out of it despite down for 2 goals right now.
Well, the energy Cortizo has brought in the halftime substitution has been terrific. He got the goal, but he's also been all over the place, moving the ball quickly, and that lifts your team up.
Now here's a ball into the box. I believe that's Rowe. He's out for a corner kick. Good job there by Romo to earn himself the corner for Monterey here in the 66th minute, where it's now 4-2 CF Monterey. Jackson Feltz and Pete Fewing here on Sports Radio 93.3 KJR FM, Pete.
Yeah, tough situation. And when Cortizo is running all over the place and lifting his team up, he's keeping the Sounders down. That kind of energy just makes it very difficult to play against.
Corner coming in now. That will be headed by Obed Vargas. That will go out for another corner. Now in the 67th minute. It's Brian Schmetzer looking to make 2 subs here. Looks like it's going to be a Bear and Reed Baker Whiting coming onto the field here just momentarily. We'll see who they come in for in just a moment. And it looks like a sub coming for Monterey as well. Corner comes in, headed away. Yamar Gomez Andrade got ahead of that one. Now it's Raul. He'll send this out. It's Monterey working down the right side again after that. Cross comes in. Reagan deals well with it. Back out to Jordan Morris, who will clear this one to Raul Ruiz-Diaz. But it will pop back out, and once again, Monterey have possession. Gallardo on the left side. Just when you think the Sounders could have broken it down the other end, it's Monterey taking it right back. Gallardo on the left, working with Rojas. Joao Rojas, he'll find Romo. Romo will send it all the way back to Andrade, his keeper, in the south end, as the Sounders are attacking the Brom end here in the second half. The forever green tops, blue shorts for CF Monterey. They're in all white as they now come back down on the left side. This is Cortizo, the goal scorer, who came off the bench and has given Monterey so much energy. Now into the box. That will go out for a goal kick for Stephen Cleveland. Well, Sounder fans, if the Sounders score anytime after the 80th minute during a home match, you'll have the chance to win free LASIK surgery from Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Sign up today at SoundersFC.com/laserfocus. As it looks like we will see the substitutes coming on here, Pete. It will be both a Bear and Reed Baker Whiting coming onto the field, as we are about to see who they are going to be coming on the field for. As also, it will be Alex Roldan, Reed Baker Whiting coming on for Alex Roldan, and then a Bear coming on for Albert Rusnak. So a straight swap at right back, Reed Baker Whiting for Alex, and then for a Bear, you look at what this is going to do, Pete Fewing, and you look at him coming on for Rusnak, you would imagine that this just sends another forward up top for the Sounders to try to find something on the end of a long ball or a cross.
Yeah, I like this. They're going to push Nico wide left. Hebert and Rui Diaz will run up front. That makes sense. You might as well do it. And it makes sense also to get Alex off the field. He's done with his international duty with El Salvador. I think his legs need his rest as much as anybody, especially with the travel he's doing with El Salvador.
You can see right now that Reed Baker-Whiting playing high up on the right side. Defense, so it'll come back into a 4-4-2 as we know, but Sounders now playing very, very aggressively as Reagan works now into their half of the field. Up to Reed Baker-Whiting on that right wing. Into Obed Vargas. Vargas back out to Jackson Reagan, to Joao Paulo. Joao Paulo looking for a lane to shoot, but has to throw it out to the left for Nicholas Ladero. Ladero on that left side. Ball into the box for Joao Paulo, trying to turn, trying to find an angle. Now to Nico. Nico cross, and that will go right into the hands of Esteban Andrada, the goalkeeper, who sends it out. And here comes another counter for Monterrey. Lots of space for Romo in the open part of the field. Out to the left side for Rojas. Rojas working on Gomez Andrade. Cross comes in. Back post, headed by Gomez Andrade. Clears the danger. And now Monterrey will have to reset for a moment. As Monterrey now attacking down that right side. Cross comes in and grabbed by Stephen Cleveland. Cleveland's able to grab that one as it was looked to be right across the face of goal for a running Bertarame. And that will not work. By the way, I should mention that Bertarame was credited with that goal in the 63rd minute. So he does have his hat trick there for Monterrey tonight. As we're into the 71st minute here at Emerald Queen Casino pitch at Lumen Field. It's Monterrey 4, Sounders 2. Seattle need to win this match by 3 goals in order to move on in the League's Cup. The chances of that happening, Pete, are dwindling by the second.
Ticking away. Just literally ticking away. Ortega came in with a jersey number. Did you mention that? Number 188.
Yeah, as we know, in Liga MX, what they do is they'll use triple-digit numbers for the academy and for the young players. So the Rayados youth team, they have a system where when they join the senior squad, they have triple-digit numbers. There's a few of them on this team. As now they are working down in the center of the park. Ball into the box. Stephen Cleveland coming out and is able to grab that one right in front of the runner. I believe that was Meza. And the Sounders now working out of the center of the field. With Raul, with Joao Paulo, with Obed Vargas. Need runners to get forward, though. Jackson Reagan is so lethal with his long balls. Go ahead, Pete.
On the number issue, I played for Brian's dad on the state team.
Oh, it's taken away and tries to shift from about 45 yards out, and that will go just about 5 yards top of the goal. A giveaway from the Sounders, and Stephen Cleveland was off of his line and tried to be chipped from about 45 outs, and it nearly got there, but that was no Raul Ruiz Diaz in Austin from a few years ago, that's for sure.
Yeah. So back then, if you had Mr. Schmetzer would come to your room, Pepe Fernandez was the other coach, and he'd give you your jersey, and you wanted to be numbers 1 through 11. So Mr. Schmetzer,
as a foul is called, and it's going to be a yellow card for Jackson Reagan as he's cut out on tried to come in hard on Herman Bertarame in the middle of the park. And he came in a little bit too hard, earns himself yellow. Go ahead, Pete.
Could you imagine if Mr. Schmetzer comes to your room and gives you jersey number 188? I think that means you're either selling concessions. Yeah. No, I like that, though, for the young kids. You want double digits? You're going to have to work your way up for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, look at a situation for a kid like Reed Baker-Whiting. Came up through the system as well and has had so much success with Tacoma Defiance, who, by the way, picked up a win today, 2-1 over Vancouver Whitecaps 2. The ball into the box is shuffled out for Jackson Reagan. That will be a Sounders goal kick. But congratulations for Wade Weber, a former colleague here at Tacoma Defiance, picking up a 2-1 win today. They're in MLS Next Pro action. And also should notice the Sounders are working out of the back here. A massive congratulations to Ballard FC. The USL 2 side who play out of Inner Bay Stadium here in Seattle. They won the national semifinal of USL 2 today. They won the Western Conference Championship back on Friday. And then earlier this afternoon, they won the national semifinal. I believe it was 1-0. And now Ballard FC, I believe I heard that, so don't quote me on this, and I'm sorry, Sam Zizette, if I'm getting this wrong. I believe that Ballard FC will be hosting the USL Championship coming up next Saturday. The Sounders now in their final third. Raul trying to cross it in to Hebert, and that is saved from Andrada. A header from Hebert is saved. A great little flick from Raul Ruiz-Diaz catches Hebert's head, and the brilliant 6'4" keeper for CF Monterrey is able to keep that out of the back of the net. Corner comes in now. Moving fast, and that is headed back. Bertarame. Draw ball from distance right into Andrada's arms. And CF Monterrey are going to not slow things down. They're going to keep things going fast here. No reason to slow down, I guess. Here we come up the left side with Rojas. And now cutting in. Finding a man at the back post. And that will be a save from Stephen Cleveland. Cortizo was working it to the middle of the park. It looked like he was going to have his pick of any side of the net. And Stephen Cleveland came with a big here in the 75th minute. It stays 4-2 Monterrey. Big save from Stephen Cleveland, Pete.
Yeah, Bartarama was right there, and I'm sure he wanted that ball laid off to him, and he would have had a wide open net.
Ball into the box for Hebert now. Hebert lays it off to Raul Ruiz-Diaz. Raul working into the box, has a little bit of space. Can he find an angle? Raul bringing it back out now. To throw it off on to the left side for Robert Vargas, and Vargas will have to send it back out to Nuhu. Promising build up there for just a moment. Now Nico off on the left. Ball comes into Hebert. Hebert is not able to control that one as Monterrey will come away with it. And now here we go again. They will send a long ball in, but looks like Gomez Andrade will send that back out. It's Bertarame. Bertarame trying to beat Cleveland, and Cleveland dives and saves it. Bertarame from about 40 yards out tries to beat Stephen Cleveland, and Cleveland's able to come back to it and slap that one away. It will be a Monterrey corner, but Stephen Cleveland has come up massive in the last 60 seconds, Pete.
Yeah, he comes way out to get the ball. Gomez Andrade clears it. Bertarama just, if he gets a little more power on the ball, he has an open net for about 40 yards out.
You wonder if Monterrey are going to start taking moments off this clock, as they will have a corner now from the far post on the northern side of Emerald Queen Casino pitch here at Lumen Field. It's Monterrey 4, Sounders 2. The change coming now. It's another one of these young academy players from Monterrey coming in. It is, I believe, is this Bertarame?
Yeah.
It's Herman Bertarame with the hat trick coming off to a massive roar from the Monterrey fans in the northeast side of this stadium, way up in the third deck. And for Bertarame, 3 goals and assists tonight, P. Fuhn. What a match he had.
Yeah, give him a chance. He missed one early, but we saw it in the RSL game. He's such a lethal goal scorer.
It's now they're into the final third again and into the box. Ball comes in, go all the way out to the other side. It's now a few academy players on the field for CF Monterrey.
Avila, number 207.
207.
That's an area code, not a jersey.
So if you're serving concessions, if you're number 188, what does number 207 do?
You are turning out the lights.
Ah, okay. As now here's Monterrey working it in with Cortizo. Nice job by Reed Baker-Whiting to slap that ball out for a throw-in halfway on that side of the field. And 2 more Sounders subs, looks like, that are going to come in here with about 13 minutes remaining. It's going to be Josh Atencio and Cody Baker coming into this game. So Sounders bringing on a couple young talented players here in a moment. Monterrey still working in the Sounders' final third, still pressuring Seattle. They have shown no signs of letting up since going up, since this match was 2-2 and since this match was 3-2. They have been just pressing Seattle harder and harder. And here come the subs. It's going to be Josh Atencio coming onto the field for Joao Paulo. So that's a holding midfielder for a holding midfielder. That's a straight swap for the Sounders. And it'll be Cody Baker coming on for Nuhu. So another straight swap there at left back, as the 19-year-old fullback from here in Seattle has really come onto the scene this year, since earning himself a first-team contract. Pete, I don't know about what you've seen from Cody Baker, but I've only seen good things. He has a bright future in this league, hopefully with Seattle.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's on a trajectory that we maybe saw from Alex Roldan 4 or 5 years ago. He's got grit. He's comfortable playing entry passes. He's comfortable demanding the ball, too.
Here's Monterrey, still in the final third for Seattle, still pressuring the Sounders, trying to find an angle for a cross, and they earn themselves a corner. So corner coming from Monterrey here in the 79th minute. Well, Sounder fans, this is a situation where, obviously, Sounders will now go out here in Leagues Cup. We'll see what they can do in the final 12 minutes. But the attention will turn to MLS action in 3 weeks as the corner comes in, headed out from Gomez Andrade. And Monterey will still control after it popped back out. But 3 weeks from MLS action resuming against Atlanta. We're hoping that Christian Roldan can get healthier. Hopefully we see a return from both him and Stephen Fry from his pinky finger. That's expected not to be a long-term thing. And Sounders can be at full health when MLS play resumes. And Pete, with 10 games left in the regular season, you look at if this team is healthy. And listen, I've always said it on pregame, halftime, postgame shows for years. I've always said, if this team is healthy come playoff time, watch out. Because, for my money, you look back at the years and you look back at what this team has done when they're healthy in MLS Cup playoff action. They typically go to MLS Cups when they're healthy. So, for my money, stay healthy the last month of the regular season, last couple months. And if you're healthy come November, this team's going to be a hard out for any other squad, including the top teams like an LAFC or a St. Louis City. Any team is going to have a very hard time with a healthy Seattle side.
Yeah, there's a DNA in this program that has won some very, very big trophies, big cups. But they will have to regroup. They will have to look at themselves in the mirrors, and they're going to have to, as a whole, as players and coaches, they're going to have to say, okay, how are we going to effectively use this next 20 days? 20 days won't make them better unless they put the work in. Sometimes in the college game, you see a guy go from sophomore to junior year. They don't get better just because they're a year older. So these 20 days are going to be very important, some serious soul searching. You are correct, though. This is a team that has talent, experience, leadership, and it's just got to get back on track.
They do indeed. So we'll see what the health situation is in a few weeks. For the Sounders, it's currently 4 for Monterey, 2 for Seattle here. The Sounders playing a game tonight where they need to win by 3 goals. Cortez now bringing it up for Monterey, working into Seattle's final third on the right side. Cross comes in, done well with Jackson Reagan. Gives it back to Cody Baker. Baker up to Nicholas Ladero. Eventually pops out to Jackson Reagan, who sends it long, and it will go all the way back to Esteban Andrade. Sounders have made other 5 changes in this match. We've seen a number of players come onto the field, and I think Brian Schmetzer and his staff know the situation. For this game, it's good experience for guys like Cody Baker, guys like Reed Baker Whiting to play against a Monterey side, a top Mexican side. A side, by the way, listen, this is no cupcake. The Monterey is an outstanding Mexican side. They won the Clastera, the regular season title for Liga MX in the 2022-2023 Clastera season. This is a very, very good Mexican side as Josh Atencio now bringing the ball up the field centrally and a little bit on the right. Finds Nicholas Ladero trailing. Now Reed Baker Whiting off onto the right wing. Reed looking to go inside a little bit. He has help back out with Nico on the right. Ladero finding Atencio in the box. Atencio looking to cross it in. There's a bear, and it's going to be a free kick coming for Monterey as the ball came into a bear. And good defensive play there for Monterey to keep a bear off that ball.
A couple of bright spots for Atencio right there, making a long run up the field, showing his pace I didn't know he had, to be honest, and then getting in behind and getting across it.
I mentioned a few moments ago, and I wanted to bring it back up, Ballard FC. So winning the Western Conference, winning their national semifinal game here today by a score of 1-0. They're now in the national championship of USL 2, and I believe they will be hosting that championship next Saturday. They're at Interbay Stadium in Ballard. It should be a phenomenal atmosphere for the championship of USL 2. I can tell you from a number of times being out there, they have ridiculously fun atmospheres, great crowds, great games. The Bridge Keepers, their supporters group, as a ball will be cut out from Josh Atencio and controlled for the Sounders now in their own half of the field here in the 83rd minute. So if you have next Saturday open for the USL 2 championship, make your way out to Interbay Stadium to watch Ballard perhaps take home the national championship of USL 2. Good luck to them and congratulations on making it all the way to the final of that division.
Yeah, I think it's tremendous. This is their second year. So you got to give Chris Gamer, who actually works for the Sounders, Lamar Nagel, Help me with Chris, the other Chris that's one of the owners.
Well, Sam Zizette, Lamar Nagel, they have an outstanding group. This ball comes in there from the Sounders into the box, but it's controlled.
Look what they've done. Both Chris and Sam played at Ballard High School.
Incredible. Just incredible job that they've done to build that club. In year one, they lost, I believe, in the West Final to the team they then beat just on Friday, Ventura County Fusion. They lost 1-0 last year in the West Final, and this year they beat them in a ridiculously fun extra time game. Sounders now attacking down the left side here in this game. And the cross comes in from Nico. It'll be cut out. Now Obed Vargas working on the left side. Vargas finds Raul Ruiz from distance. Raul from distance, and that is wide right. Raul just wide right of the goal. That would have been a wonder strike, a lot like the one he hit at Charlotte a couple months ago. But that goes wide right of the goal. This match stays 4-2. But yes, good luck to Ballard FC in the USL 2 championship this year. West Final falling last year, and then now national championship they will be playing in coming up next Saturday. But yeah, what a chance that was, Pete. Back to this game here, the 85th minute, where Monterey are leading 4-2. Sounders, this is a match where they needed to win by 3+ goals.
That ball, I believe, from Rui Diaz skimmed off the post. We saw the replay of it.
Did it hit the post?
It's just nicked off the post to the left-hand side of the goalkeeper. And again, a little bit of luck, it goes your way, and it changes everything. So, and I like to see Rui Diaz getting himself in that spot and getting that opportunity and hitting it as well as he did. You got to look for bright spots in a situation like this. Josh Atencio, by the way, has been a good, a little bit of brought a spark of energy to the team as well. He's working hard on defense and helped create that shot for Rui Diaz.
Sounders now looking to get this ball back, and they do in their own half of the field with Jackson Reagan. And now it's a Monterey player down. This play will continue, though. It gets out, and eventually Monterey will be able to kick this one long. And trainers will be on the field here in just a moment. They're trying to find a number there. A red card now to Yamar Gomez Andrade. It looked like he will be receiving a red card for that foul. We're still trying to get a number on the player who's down for Monterey. But Gomez Andrade has been sent off the field for Seattle. And that is, it's Avila. It is the academy player on the field for, not the academy, but young player on the field for the Mexican side Monterey. He is down on the ground. As Gomez Andrade will be forced to leave this field. We see it again here. Pete, what did you see out of this one?
Well, it was definitely a hit, but Avila went from holding his chest, where Gomez Andrade hit him, to holding his head. That embellishment happens all around the world, and now he's up and he's fine.
Yes, he's
and smiling.
Very clearly fine. That is that's some good acting. Somebody give that guy an Oscar.
And Gomez Andrade did strike him.
It just wasn't that hard.
No.
I mean, we look at that. That was, no. Absolutely not. I mean, it was a fist. Honestly, yeah. Here's the thing. So Andrade was just lightly swinging his arm, very lightly swinging his arm. It didn't even hit Avila's face. It hit the chest, and Avila is holding his face. All right. Well, Gomez Andrade is leaving the field here in the 88th minute. Sounders now playing a man down. They're down 4-2 here. And now another stoppage by our referee.
Got to get Gomez Andrade off the field.
Raining in, and Andrade trotting off still.
Insult to injury, right?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. He did strike him. So you get caught doing that.
He just didn't strike him in the face. That's all. I mean,
you know where he hit him? Hit him in the xiphoid process.
What's the xiphoid process?
It's right where you're starting this. It's that little bump you have right.
All right. You learn something new every day.
I haven't used that.
I wasn't very good in health class. Sorry to my high school and junior high teachers listening. I didn't listen.
They didn't do their job.
I was watching soccer during class. Monterey will play a man up here for the final few moments, controlling this game 4-2. They will win this group. And RSL will move forward from this group here in Leagues Cup group action. The Sounders will not play for 3 weeks. Next game will be on Sunday, August 20th, right here at Emerald Queen Casino pitch at Lumen Field. Miami United, Garth Otterway's squad,
Gonzo
Pineda's squad. They come to town. No more Joseph Martinez. He's now in Miami with Messi, by the way.
He's probably pretty happy about that.
I imagine Chris Henderson's mighty happy in Miami as well. As Obed Vargas now working for Seattle. Jordan Morris. Morris from distance. That shot's blocked. Gallardo is the man it will fall to for Monterey as they now look to counter. Going back up the field. From the center, it's Meza. And a nice tackle there from Nicholas. No, it's Josh Atencio. Atencio gets in the middle of that one. And now the Sounders will have a chance. But only Morris and a Bear up top. Here's Raul on the right side. Raul can't find any space, but he will get fouled and earn the Sounders a free kick here in the 89th minute. And that's taken quickly, but it goes all the way down to Andrade. Nobody was ready for that one. Nicholas Ladero tried to take that one quick, and it just rolled straight on through to the Monterey goalkeeper, who will now pick up the ball once he's pressured from Raul. And as we're now into the 90th minute of this one, it's 4-2 Monterey. The Sounders will fall here tonight at home. I mentioned that Andrew Harvey and Brad Evans have the post-match show coming up in just a few moments, where they will break down this match and look ahead to the break that the Sounders now have. A break to get healthy, a break to get things right, and for Brian Schmetzer to find his best 11 that he can roll into the final few games of the regular season with and roll into the playoffs with. For the Sounders, it's taken away from Raul. Raul off the post. Raul Ruiz Diaz takes away an Andrade pass. Andrade just trying to play it out of the back and just gave it right to Raul Ruiz Diaz, whose shot goes off the post. Pete Ewing, heartbreak. Another one that could have been. Oh,
sometimes it is not your night. And these opportunities, that's a tough one.
Well, the extra mile stoppage time is 2 minutes here. Just 2 minutes from this half. But I've seen 2 Monterey goals go back into the net. For the Sounders, weren't able to replicate what they got at the start of this match. As now here's Obed Vargas working down the right side to read Baker Whiting. Baker Whiting has space to cross. Here comes the cross, and it will go all the way to the other end of the box. And Monterey with control now.
Very frustrated Seattle Sounders. Ruiz Diaz arms in the air. He wanted that cross from Rude Baker Whiting. It'll be interesting to hear Brad's comments on this. He was captain of this team.
Monterey now working into the final third. On the right side, Romo. Cross comes in. It's Meza. Meza cut out well. Done well there, Josh Atencio, to get in front of that one. Sent it up to Jordan Morris.
Yeah, it's going back to that. And, there's a time where it's on players to get these kind of things done. So it'll be interesting to hear his comments. And it'll be interesting to see what that locker room's like after this game, because it started so promising for the Sounders.
Monterey will have a throw-in now from deep in their own half of the field, and it's Sounders 2, CF Monterey 4 here in the 92nd minute here at Emerald Queen Casino pitch at Lumen Field. This score update presented by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Sounders FC. And it's now Sebastian Vega. Started this game as he left back for Monterey, and he switched to the center back spot when Gallardo came on, and he's down. Looks like maybe a little bit of cramping here in the 92nd minute as the final few seconds will tick down. I'll tell you that this copyrighted audio cast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer. Jackson Phelps, Pete Ewing, here at Emerald Queen Casino pitch at Lumen Field, where your Sounders down now by a score of 4-2 in a match where they needed to win by 3+. And that is the final whistle. That will do it here tonight at EQC pitch at Lumen. And the final is 4-2 in favor of the road team Monterey. 2 early goals from the Sounders gave them hope. A second-minute free kick strike from Nicholas Ladero. A 6th-minute header from Jordan Morris. It looked like the Sounders had a great shot to do this and pull it off. But then 4 unanswered from Monterey, Pete. And unfortunately for the Sounders, they will fall and turn their heads back to MLS action in 3 weeks. Your final thoughts?
Well, like I said, it started out so great for the Sounders. It's the Sounders we've seen during their successful times of getting 2 early goals and moving the ball well and moving off the ball and everybody active, changing the point of attack. And then unfortunately it just unraveled, and giving up that goal, the second goal right before the half, was a bit of a difficult, a bit of a dagger, right? And then to give up an early goal at the beginning of the second half to go down 3-2, they made it an uphill climb the entire way. And so, I'm curious what that locker room is going to be like, because this is very, very disappointing for the squad. They wanted to do better in it. Having said that, they got to throw it behind them after a couple of days. They've got to use this 20 days wisely to get healthier and get better and come out ready, because that Atlanta team's going to give Seattle all they can ask for. So tough night for the Sounders and disappointing because they want to do better in this competition.
Absolutely. So, Pete Ewing, great to be with you. Thanks again for your call. It's great Pete Ewing here with his great color analysis today. I want to thank Mitchell Bly back at our KJR studios on the board. Terry Ryan here on site. Hannah keeping everything on the rails here in the booth tonight. Andrew Harvey, Brad Evans had the postgame show. I'm Jackson Phelps. We thank you all for listening. We'll see you in a few weeks back here at Emerald Queen Casino Pitch at Lumen Field. Atlanta United coming to town back for MLS action. I want to thank everybody for listening. Andrew Harvey, Brad Evans have the post-match show. It's a final from Lumen Field. Monterey 4, Sounders 2. We'll see you back here in 3 weeks. Post-match show is next.
You've been listening to Sounders FC Soccer. Sounders FC Soccer is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. And by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Win free LASIK from Sharp Vision when Sounders FC scores anytime after the 88th minute at a home match. Learn more at soundersfc.com/laserfocus. Stay tuned, the post-match show is next.
Hear that? That's what cooked when you order juicy beef sounds like. The steaming hug of 2 slices of melted cheese, the crunch of tangy pickles and sliced onions, all topped with a toasted sesame seed bun. That's the sound of a McDonald's Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Fresh beef at participating U.S. McDonald's. Excludes Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot. We charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
Looking for a fabulous fashion brand that celebrates you? Then look no further than Boston Proper, where styles are designed with you in mind, so you can look and feel amazing, no matter the day, season, or occasion. At bostonproper.com, you'll find fashion that knows you best. For over 30 years, Boston Proper has been the fashion destination for confident women who want to elevate their look with unique, sophisticated clothing at affordable prices. Visit bostonproper.com today. Boston Proper. Wear it like no one else.
The biggest podcast of all time is now a book. Stuff You Should Know. It was one of the first podcasts to pass 1 billion downloads. Stuff You Should Know. It's a worldwide phenomenon with millions of fans across the planet. It's one of the most popular podcasts of all time and makes a perfect gift for your friends and family, or even for yourself. Stuff You Should Know. With Josh and Chuck as your guide, there's something interesting about everything. Stuff You Should Know, an incomplete compendium of mostly interesting things. Available now, wherever books are sold. Just say, Alexa, ask Stuff You Should Know for the book.
Wherever you are in life, Rasmussen University offers the flexibility and support you need to earn your associate's, bachelor's, or master's degree on campus or online nationally at any time. With a dedicated advisor, mentoring, and career services before and after graduation, it's go time. You take the first step, and we'll help you take the next. Start now at rasmussen.edu. At Rasmussen University, green means go.
Jefferson Lines is your #1 bus experience, with daily schedules in Missouri to thousands of destinations across the country. It's the most convenient way to travel. Jefferson's luxury motor coaches offer free passenger Wi-Fi and individual charging outlets so you can stay connected. Book travel from Kansas City, Missouri to our newest destination in Memphis, Tennessee, and thousands more. Don't wait. Seats are going fast. Book online at jeffersonlines.com. Again, jeffersonlines.com.
Welcome to the Sounders FC Postmatch Show. Sounders FC Soccer is brought to you by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Seattle Sounders FC. The Sounders FC Postmatch Show starts now.
Well, it was a rip-roaring start for Seattle Sounders FC tonight against CF Monterey in the final match of the group stage of the 2023 Leagues Cup, but unfortunately, Seattle came up on the short end of the stick. 4-2 overall against Seattle. Needed to win this match by 3 goals just to advance. Welcome into our post-match coverage live here from Lumen Field on 93.3 KJR-FM. Andrew Harvey alongside Brad Evans. And it's time now for the Emerald Queen Casino play of the match. And there's little surprise. It was Nico Lodero's magic moment less than 60 seconds into the contest.
Sounders look for an early goal here. Here's Nico over it. He takes it. It's a lobby shot, and it is in the back of the net. Nicholas Lodero finds money in the bank in the second minute, and the Sounders, who need 3+ tonight, get an early one. Nicholas Lodero, the legend for Seattle, scores it. And just like that, Pete Ewing, that was the one we needed right off the bat.
This play of the match is presented to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the betting capital of the Northwest. And Brad, it really felt in that moment, this club has done so many magical, almost impossible things over the years. And you could really feel the energy that people were ready for that to happen again after that first.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd came out tonight, and they were on fire as well. And I think that start should have signified a Sounders win through and through. We don't exit this game without a victory. I don't care if it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, or if it's 6-5. But the Sounders needed that win to push them into this break. And to see them walk off the field at halftime so dejected of all the effort they put in the first 30 minutes of that game is really disappointing. And you saw them walk off the field after the game, shaking their heads, trying to figure out. But the effort should still be there. The pass